Hey, welcome back. It's JWalter here. This is a follow-up video on my video I posted from about a week ago about the California housing market. In that video, I shared how a new report showed that home prices in California have decreased for the second month in a row. In fact, the median sold price in California dipped below $800,000 for the first time since March of this year. In addition, home sales in California have now decreased on a month-to-month basis in 5 out of the last 6 months. If you missed my previous California housing market video, then I'll leave a link below for that. And also I'll leave a link in my pinned comment below. And that was a general overview about the California housing market that I posted about a week ago. So the purpose of today's video is to share how each region and also how each county fared in California, because of course there's some pretty big differences here. This report is based on October's sales activity, and I'll post another update for November's activity once those are posted in a couple of weeks. With that said, check out the link below if you want a real estate agent referral in your neck of the woods, and let's begin today's video. At a regional level in California, all 5 major regions in the state recorded a decline in sales on a year-over-year basis, with 3 regions dropping by double digits in October. The Central Coast had the biggest drop in home sales, with all regions within that region falling at least 13.8% from the prior year. Sales in Southern California also dipped by double digits in October, with Orange County and Riverside, for example, each dropping 10% or more. Central Valley and San Francisco Bay Area also posted sales declines from last year, but the declines were relatively small when compared to other regions. So what in the world is going on, right? Home sales have been decreasing in California across more or less the whole entire state. So it'd be very easy to say that the California housing market is crashing. But let's have a look at some figures here to gain a better understanding to see what's really going on. One trend worth mentioning is that the number of active listings has been leveling off since July of this year. When looking at the past several years, it's entirely normal to have a dip, or at least leveling off, of inventory in the last half of the year. Except for 2020, the number of active listings tends to peak in the summer months. So one theory I have regarding why we're seeing a dip of home sales is because we're seeing a dip of housing inventory. In addition, the number of new listings, which is a measure of the total number of houses to hit the market in any given month, those had the biggest decline since May of 2020. Only 19,904 new listings hit the market in October compared to over 25,000 in 2020 and almost 23,000 in 2019 and over 26,000 in October of 2018. So in other words, we're not seeing enough homeowners list their houses for sale in order to elevate home sales. So for example, in California on a year-over-year basis, the total number of new listings to hit the market has now dropped over the past 4 months in a row. Also, the amount of housing inventory is at its lowest level in 4 months. On top of this, a drop of home sales during this time of the year is entirely normal as we experience a seasonal slowdown. However, if this trend continues through spring of next year, then we could be in trouble. All right, so going back to this report from the California Association of Realtors, or CAR, they went on to say the following. More than 4 out of 5 counties, which is 43 out of 51, that are tracked by CAR, recorded a year-over-year decrease in closed sales in October, with 29 counties declining by more than 10%. Mariposa experienced the biggest sales decline from last year at negative 52.9%. That was followed by Plumas and Tehama counties. 2 of these counties were threatened by wildfires in late summer, though, which negatively impacted the housing demand there. Counties recording a year-over-year sales dip had an average decrease of 19.4% in October. 7 counties experienced a year-over-year sales growth compared to 10 counties in September. Laston had the largest gain, 50.7%, quite remarkable, from 1 year ago, followed by Yuba and Madera. Okay, let me give you an update regarding home prices in California and how each county fared. Almost all California counties experienced a year-over-year price growth, as 49 out of 51 counties that are tracked by CAR showed a gain in their median prices from last year. Again, that's the median sold price. 40 of them increased more than 10% from last October, Madera had the largest price growth of 30.4%, followed by San Mateo, Plumas, and Sutter counties. Santa Barbara and Mono were the only two counties that posted a drop in prices. In contrast, 8 counties set new record high median prices in October as compared to 7 counties in the prior month. Overall, the housing market in California still remains very fierce, but not as fierce as it once was earlier this year. Nonetheless, nearly 2/3 of houses still sold above the seller's asking price in October, but that was the lowest level since February of 2021. And here's a really good graphic that I wanted to share with you that shows how each county in California, how they varied by the percentage of houses that sold over the seller's asking price in October. San Francisco topped the list once again with an impressive 85% selling for over the seller's asking price. This is extremely common in San Francisco, for example, because for whatever reason, houses get listed with a very low asking price, knowing that the house is going to sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars more than the asking price. In any case, followed by San Francisco were other Bay Area counties with over 70% of houses selling for over the seller's asking price. In Sacramento, where I'm a real estate agent, we're at 60%. In contrast, at the bottom of this list was Lassen County, where less than 20% sold above the list price in October. In addition, houses are still selling very quickly in California, 11 days on average in October compared to 10 days in October of 2020. Okay, so that's a general overview about the California housing market in October, but I want to share how each region and also how each county fared because, of course, there's some pretty big differences here, and a lot of you guys asked for this information as well. And the best way to share this information with you guys is to share my screen. So here we go. Again, this is for California single-family houses. The median sold price in October was $798,440 compared to $711,000 1 year ago. That's a price decrease on a month-to-month basis of 1.3%, and sales compared to the prior month and prior year both decreased. Interesting to note here, I know we're going to be talking about counties and regions, but just want to point this out that California condos and townhomes, they actually increased in price both on compared to 1 month ago and also compared to 1 year ago. But single family houses actually decreased by 1.3%. So I thought it was pretty interesting. We might see this shift from people buying single family houses to condos because home prices are so high, right? Single family houses are about $800,000, but condos, the median price there was $605,000. So let's look at the different regions here. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different regions. San Francisco Bay Area, the median sold price in October, $1.275 million, pretty remarkable. The sales actually increased 1.2%, whereas most of the other areas in the California region or in California actually decreased. So Central Coast decreased by 5.7%. The far north, which were more impacted by the wildfires, those decreased compared to the prior month and also compared to 1 year ago. They had the biggest decrease compared to 1 year ago. In contrast, the Central Valley, which of course where I'm a real estate agent, the median sold price $450,000, quite a bit less than the Bay Area, and that's of course why we're seeing a lot of people moving here. So let's talk about the San Francisco Bay Area and the counties within that location. And this is pretty remarkable here because look at Marin County, almost $1.7 million for the median sold price in October. San Francisco, 1.8. San Mateo, 2.1, and Santa Clara, $1.6 million in October of 2021. What I found to be very interesting though, because when I started doing these videos earlier on during this pandemic, Napa was absolutely taking off big time, and so was Marin County around, let's call it last summer through the end of the year. But what we're seeing now is kind of like a shift. A lot of people are going back to San Francisco and buying houses, it looks like, because when we look at Marin, again, I wish they had headlines here, but this is sales on a year-to-year basis, and this is month-to-month. So when we look at Marin County, sales compared to 1 year ago, the number of home sales is down 31%. But when we look at San Francisco, they're up by 6.4%. Again, also Napa, the same 24% decrease compared to 1 year ago in home sales, but San Francisco actually are in the positive. In addition, when you compare the number of home sales from September to October, in San Francisco, they surged by 27.5%, whereas Marin County only increased by 14% and Napa by 4.1%. So it seems like we're seeing this like shift in more people buying houses in San Francisco, whereas earlier on during this pandemic, a lot of people were moving away from San Francisco where they can get more space inside and out, like in Marin County, Napa, and the surrounding counties in San Francisco. So let's talk about Southern California. So Southern California, the highest median sold price there for the counties there is in Orange County, $1.1 million. In stark contrast, this county here, $445,000, so quite a bit less. So that's why they were seeing an increase in home prices compared to 1 year ago. Again, I wish they had the headlines here, but they don't. So this is a price on a month to month and then price compared to year. This county here, 22% increase compared to 1 year ago. When you compare that to Los Angeles, they only increased 13.9% compared to October 2020. Ventura, a lot of people ask about Ventura. This is where Meet Kevin, if you watch his YouTube channel, he lives in Ventura. Median sold price in October, $830,000. And that's an increase compared to September by 1.8%. Also increased compared to 1 year ago by 10.7%. So let's talk about the Central Coast. That'd be Monterey, San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, and Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz, again, led the pack with the highest median sold price, $1.1 million. Santa Barbara, I don't know what's going on with Santa Barbara here, but prices have decreased there by 19.3% compared to 1 year ago, whereas Santa Cruz has increased by 7.2%. A lot of you have been telling me that there's a lot of people who have been moving to Santa Cruz and then are commuting over the hill to the Silicon Valley, and maybe they only have to do that once per week. And so that's probably why we're seeing increase of prices in Santa Cruz potentially. Monterey, I found this to be very interesting. So Monterey was very close to $1 million several months ago. Now it's $865,000. And then 1 year ago, $850,000. So the prices there only increased by 1.8%. And in stark contrast, San Luis Obispo County increased by 14.2%. All right, let's talk about Central Valley. So again, that's where I work as a real estate agent in Sacramento. Our median sold price in October, $510,000, compared to 1 year ago, $440,000. And we're in positive territory when you compare home prices compared to the previous month and also compared to 1 year ago. We're up about 15.9%. And then also home sales have been increasing there as well, but we're still down compared to 1 year ago. And Madera County was the county that had the biggest increase of home prices compared to 1 year ago, 30.4%. Look at this, $394,000 was the median sold price. 1 year ago, $302,000. Glenn County was at the bottom of this pack here at 6.8%, still a positive increase of home prices compared to 1 year ago. But all the other counties here in this region in Central Valley all increased by double digits except for Glenn County. All right, so let's talk about the far north. And again, this is where where it's impacted by the wildfires here we had this fall. So Lassen County actually at $232,500. That actually is the cheapest county in all of California, at least regarding the median sold price. And that home prices there have increased 19.5% compared to 1 year ago. Plumas County also increased by 22% compared to 1 year ago for home prices. And then home sales compared to 1 year ago, down almost 51%. Shasta County at the bottom of the list here with only an increase of 4.2% from 1 year ago for home prices there. So other California counties here, and you're more than welcome to pause and print screen if you wanted to. Amador County, Calaveras, El Dorado, Mariposa, Mono all had a decrease of over 30% for home sales compared to 1 year ago. So pretty remarkable there. In contrast, Sutter County increased by 20%, and then Yuba County had almost a 30% increase of home sales compared to 1 year ago. This column here again is home prices compared to October 2020. Mariposa increased by 21%, Mono decreased by 0.5%. And I think this is because of the wildfires there. And then Sutter County, in contrast, increased by 22.1%. So what are you seeing in your neck of the woods? I'd love to hear your thoughts regarding that. Please comment below. Also, if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And also consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Hope you have an awesome day and look forward to seeing you on the next video.